guys and gals, and welcome to the Monday, March 31st episode of Morning Coffee and Chat. What the hell's happening here? There we go. Now it looks a little straighter. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. It's wow, things are just going off like crazy around here. This may be a short stream. I'm not really sure what's happening yet. My mom's sister passed away 2 weeks ago, and there's been a big runaround with getting her from North Carolina to Indiana. They wound up not even being able to do anything with preserving her because of paperwork that she had signed in Indiana. So because of her not being embalmed and stuff, they wouldn't let her fly into Indianapolis. She had to fly into Fort Wayne. It took several days longer than the family planned, uh, but they finally got her up here last last Monday and got her to the funeral home and taken care of. And they had the funeral Thursday. But anyway, long story short, mom and dad is in Indiana at my sister's right now. I spoke with them yesterday, and they're going to be heading this way to spend the day with me and the wife and son. Um, so yeah, no clue when they're leaving, but they're supposed to call when they're about here and give us heads up they're about here. So yeah, it's quite the interesting morning. So how the hell are y'all? I'm not seeing anybody in the chat yet. I hope everybody's doing well. These storms that moved through the Midwest yesterday threw people for a loop. We went from somewhat sunny, partly cloudy, to 50, 60 mile an hour winds, green skies, trees being blown down all over the place. Uh, we lost a couple chairs on the back porch. They blew clear out in the driveway. So, yeah, it was quite the interesting evening. And out of the last, 2 weeks, we've had maybe 6 or 7 days of rain. Um, I actually had to borrow a circular saw from my boss to start working on the Viking house for the Niles Ren Fair, and I've not even been able to get outside to do anything. Either the wood has been soaked, or it's been raining when I've not been at work. Yeah, I've not got the chance to even go out and start working on it yet. Good morning, Tony. Just a bit busy. Understandable. Understandable. I was not even going to do a stream this morning. I was going to go out and try to at least get the floor done for the Viking house today, since we have a chance of rain again today. And then I found out that mom and pop were coming up here today, and it's like I'm not even going to pish with it, because I'll just have to stop and get cleaned up when they're about here. So yeah, but I hope everybody's doing well this morning. Oh, goodness gracious. Another rough night last night. Man, I'll tell you what. I don't know about this whole um, this whole sleeping thing, y'all. I go to bed, you know, 8:30 every night because I'm up between, 2 and 3. And for the last probably 3 nights, I have literally laid down at 8:30, woke up at 10:30, managed to get myself back to sleep, and then woke up around 12:30 and can't go back to sleep. So yeah, last night I woke up at what 12 like 12:43, and the wife's off Sundays and Mondays nights, so I stayed in bed and laid there until 1:53, and tossed and turned, and finally just got up and said screw it. So yeah, it's been kind of rough. I don't know about the rest of you, in my age group, but the body doesn't want to, work right for long periods on, 3 or 4 hours of sleep. So it's one thing I'm thankful for about, my limited work hours. When I get up early like that, I can pretty much go in whenever and, leave when my job's done. There's been a couple of mornings this week I went walking into work at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then the wife tells me, she messages me or calls me, says, "Hey, I'm off work at 6:15, 6:20 in the morning," and I'm like, "Hey, drive slow. That way I don't got to walk to work and home in the rain." So yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why walking home in the rain would be that big of a thing. I'd rather come home and change into dry clothes than work for 3 or 4, 4.5 or 5 hours in soaking wet clothes. Thank God for that canvas waterproof duster I got. Ah, yeah, let me see. It says we got 7 in here watching. Tony is the only one talking, but he's kind of busy. So, I might be doing the majority of the talking up here. I'll try to throw in a F bomb or a shit or something, you know. Since Tony's busy and can't do it himself, I'll try to throw in a dirty word once in a while, because no, I won't. Oh, about coffeeed out, y'all. I haven't found any waterproof clothing that works, dude. The that duster of mine, it's an Outback duster, probably 10 years old. Got the extra flaps on the shoulder, got the leg harnesses down in the length of the coat to go around your thighs for riding and stuff like that. That has been a lifesaver multiple times, both at events and just in my everyday life. That's really the only waterproof anything I've got besides my leather jackets. I don't want to wear those outside and get them all water spotted and stuff. Good morning, Brenna. Hope you're doing well. So I am currently in the hospital. Okay, not doing well. Got admitted last night. Damn. Wow. Ouch. I hope you're okay, honey. Hope it's nothing like super serious or anything. Well, yeah, something always gets wet. I mean, your feet, the bottoms of your pants legs. But I think I would prefer to have, like the bottoms of, like, yay much the bottom of my pants legs wet than being completely soaked and dripping. Of course, I got my wool hats to, keep my head dry, and they're wide brimmed enough. They run down the back of my coat so it don't get in my shirt and stuff like that. Good morning, David. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good this morning, sir. Yeah, I have infection in my leg that just wasn't getting better at home. Damn, that sucks. Wow. I hope they can do something for it there, Brenna. There we go. Damn depth perception. Oh, of course, as you guys can see in the pinned message, um, I am working on a historically accurate Viking house, the pyramid design um, that will slide up on a trailer. I have pulled out 3 or 4 different of my historic outfits to make one Viking outfit that is historically accurate. Actually spent, went to that place uptown, this Helping Hands place I talk about all the time, and bought 3 belts the other day. Paid a big whole whopping 75 cents for those 3 belts to make the center belt that goes around. Pulled out my werewolf outfit I made here for Halloween a few years ago. I'm cutting that up for all the fur and everything. Uh, of course, my leather pants and my boots. Staying busy. I got about a month and a half to that event. Trying to get a few other pieces that I desperately need to keep it nice and accurate. Um, I always seem to hit the newspaper or hit the evening news when the interviewers come out on Saturday morning. Um, Not just for being, security, but also having like one of the more historically accurate setups. I'm usually sitting outside drinking coffee because the show opens about 10 a.m. So they always try to show up about 7:30 or so. And I'm like one of maybe 3 people that never leave the grounds the whole weekend. So when they get there and want to film and talk to people, I'm usually sitting there drinking coffee. So it's going to be interesting again this year. Trying to find somebody right now that can do a little bit of riveting and solder. I don't even. If I had a soldering iron, it'd be a lot easier. We don't even have a soldering iron. Um, Working on a traditional um, Viking helm. Just the 4 section conical piece that has the mask on it. No horns. Ugh. So, trying to, like I said, trying to keep things as traditional and good looking as possible. So, so how you guys been? Not, not talked to anybody in a week. My hours have increased a little bit. Business has increased. So when I come home and watch TV while the wife sleeps and the kid does homework. And yeah, I don't get a chance to talk to anybody. Don't go anywhere. Don't do anything. God, my life sucks. I'm sure the rain and the weather has been affecting. more than just us here in Southwest Michigan. That 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 squall line formed in central Illinois yesterday, and I guess it spread like crazy because, like I said, I was talking to mom and pop, my sister, and everybody yesterday afternoon, and they were expecting it, just north of central Indiana. They were talking about tornado warnings and hail and high winds and heavy rain, and we're 2.5 hours north of them, and it was moving up towards Detroit after it passed through here yesterday. So it started off as a squall line and it became a squall line. I'm still working this server and loading my 1,400 or so videos. There you go. 1350 to go. It's rainy and foggy here. We didn't get a drop of rain here yet. Oh man. Yeah, I'll tell you what, after that storm hit last night, it hit long before they were talking about it hitting. The tornado warnings and stuff went up clear till 8 o'clock, and by 7 o'clock, it had already passed us by, and it got super foggy really fast, and then just all of a sudden cleared up. But we got hit with like 60-mile-an-hour winds, a lot of heavy thunder, a lot of lightning. Um, we did not get the 15-inch diameter hail. You heard that right. 15-inch diameter hail. Basically, softballs. We didn't get that. The sky did turn green for a while. The tornado sirens never went off. I was making pizza. Last night was card night for the wife and her friends and her aunt. Um, so I made a couple pizzas last night. We kept losing power. It'd flash off, stay off for like 10 or 12 seconds, come back on. Just enough to screw up the music playing on the speaker and the TV show I was watching in the living room. But other than that, didn't break a stride. Then again, everything's already dark to me, so hey, I can make pizzas in the dark. They may not be the most pretty and uniform things in the world, but it don't change the flavor. Let me see. Hey, it rained a bit overnight. Might be sprinkling a touch at the moment. 15-inch. That's a basketball. Softball is 6. Diameter around. You would think a basketball would be bigger than that. I mean, 15 inches is about right there. I guess it would be bigger than a softball. It blew me away when I got that warning because it said expect the possibility of hail up to 15 inches in diameter. And I'm like, I have never seen hail that big. But I guess it's better to err on the side of safe than, I was most worried about, that glass top table on the back deck and stuff like that. So I went out there and grabbed some of the scrap pieces of wood left over from making the deck and laid them across the table, stacked them up. So I figured, one 2x6 might still vibrate a lot, enough to break the tabletop. So I stacked it like 4 deep. That way, it was almost 8 inches of wood sitting on top of the table. So I figured that would definitely stop something. We didn't lose any major tree limbs, thank God. Trees are down all over town, though, so power lines down in parts of the area, laying across people's cars. Um, Good morning, Ian. Hope you're doing good this morning, sir. I've never seen hail that big. Yeah, that just seems impossible, man. I mean, a hailstone that big, that just doesn't seem possible. Hey, Santee, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Oh, not a damn thing, man. Not a damn thing. Gonna try to enjoy the day off. Mom and Dad's came in for a funeral. Um, they got it done and over with last Thursday, and yesterday was my dad's 84th birthday. So they're going to come up today, hang out with us. I'm waiting for the phone to go off any minute to let me know that they're heading or that they're in the area or close by or something. Of course, Dad will have to stop and get coffee and get a egg McMuffin, a couple hash browns. Then I'm going to put Mom to work when she gets here and have her make her meatloaf and scalloped potatoes tonight. So I don't got to cook, and the wife don't got to cook. But they did tell me, that we got to make this visit count because they probably will not be back for the rest of the year. They've made 3 trips up here in the last 6 months for holidays, and now my aunt's funeral, and yeah, I don't believe her though. She can't stay away from the grandkids and the great grandkids that long. So I'm pretty sure we'll see them again around Thanksgiving. Good morning, Ty. Hope you're doing good this morning. Well, hope you're doing good taking care of all them kids this morning. Brenda Dunn told us she was in the hospital with an inflection. Dad taking care of all them kids. I hope they're all on spring break too. So they're all gathered around the house and running around and doing their thing and making you pull your hair out and shit like that. Let me see here. That ain't how it is. Ice block from God. Oh man. Ian, hope you're going to join me this year at the Niles Ren Fair again. Just in case there's rain that just happens to crop up in the forecast, we're not going to have to worry about it again. As soon as I actually have a dry day when I can get outside and start working on it, I am actually building a wooden Viking style house. Yeah, rain's not going to get me again. Abstract doodle and stencil art by Candace. Good morning. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well this morning, Candace. Morning, Drew and everyone. This is Candy. Just wanted to pop in and say hello. Oh, hey. I stepped away from YouTube for a while. This is my new channel, trying to stay away from drama. Well, you know, Candy, that I got you on like TikTok and I think Instagram. I know I got you on TikTok because I see your smiling face crop up once in a while when I'm going through videos and stuff, just killing time when the wife's cooking dinner or something like that. So I know you're still around. I know you're alive and kicking. Yeah, of course, miss you on the old tube, but hey, at least you're alive and kicking and still around. You still got that pretty smile. Kids don't get spring break. They don't. Well, that sucks. Uh, Big, massive cojones. Felix is on spring break this week. He's all excited, man. Gets to sleep in for 9 days. Don't got to do anything. Right. He thinks he don't got to do anything. He's in for a surprise. Uh, oh, got some great things coming up with the channel. The month of May. The month of May, because I will be doing Viking and more specifically an Odin ish character. Um, I think the month of May is probably going to be designated as Viking Heritage Month. Talk about the sagas, talk about the music, talk about the mythology, talking about the real life, the heritage and culture, the Nar, their sailing ships, everything, everything Viking. Probably going to take train down to Chicago. Chicago's over. It's not. To go to the Al Capone thing. Well, that sounds fun. What Al Capone thing is going on in Chicago? I didn't hear anything about it. I'm doing okay. Thankful to be alive. Had surgery May of last year when I quit breathing for over 2 minutes and the operation on the operation table during surgery. So yeah, I'm okay. Oh, I'm glad you're okay. I didn't hear anything about it. Then again, as busier than a one-legged man in a butt kicking contest. And now that business has increased, I'm even busier. But being put in charge of myself has really helped because I don't have to go in there at 6 or 6:30 in the morning and rush to be out of there before the prep person comes in. So, like I said a little bit ago, there's a couple mornings this past week I was in there and already working at a quarter after 4 in the morning. And that way I can take my time and get everything done, get the place set up for business for the day, get things cleaned, and be out the door before the prep people get there at 10:30 to start doing their thing. So I'm glad that you're doing all right though, and I'm sorry to hear about the complications with the surgery. Um, can't really control what life throws at us, and it's really sad and it's really scary at times. Um, but it's who we are when we walk away from those challenges that define us. And, you've calmed things down a little bit, stepped away from YouTube, still doing social media, and surviving, and can't ask for more. History Museum, Chicago. I am so to you in my prayers. Yeah, I am so to you in my prayers. Hey, Ian, if you want to be historically correct with me at the Niles Ren Fair this year, dress up as a priest. Dress up as a priest. In my research for, Viking Heritage Month in May, I have come to find out there were several instances where um, the priests would actually live with the Vikings during the whole teaching of Christianity process. And I think you'd make a great priest. As a matter of fact, a few years ago, I played a Jesuit priest for the French Revolution down in Fort Wayne, Indiana, at the old historical Fort Wayne, and I think I still have my 7-foot cross walking stick out in the shed. I'm sure I do. I'm sure I do because I just seen it here a couple months ago. Um, A1C level was over 15. I wasn't taking my insulin for months, and it landed me in the hospital for a necrotizing cutaneous abscess. Ow! Not not good at all. Hey, Wook, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Um, I can't stand over. I have my sleep thing with me. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, those insurance, and it's funny about that. Insurance will give you a sleep apnea machine, and but they will not pay for the battery in case you have to travel or something like that. You have to pay for that out of pocket, and it's a hundred and well, a few years ago when the wife was on CPAP, it was like $140 for the battery for that thing. So yeah, I don't blame you one bit. That is money out of the pocket that no one has to spare. Yeah, you got to be careful of that A1C and stuff like that, Candy. You know, even though my sugars, because of my diet and stuff like that, I keep my sugar under control really well, but I still have all those nasty, yucky effects of diabetes. I've still got neuropathy. I'm starting to get it in my fingertips a little bit. I've had it in both legs and feet for 2 years now. Um, but I've noticed the tingling in my fingertips on my left hand. Um, and then, of course, to add on top of that, all this frickin' rain we've had, my arthritis in these three fingers here has been just horrendous. I've been living on what I call a snack pack, which is basically um, two Motrins and two acetaminophen tablets twice a day, once every morning, or once when I get home from work, and then when I go to bed at night, just so I can sleep and not be in severe pain. Um, and then, of course, I've got the lisinopril, I believe it is, for the neuropathy and stuff. So yeah, you need to take care of that, honey. You are still way too young to be having all this nasty shit happening to you. Let me see here. They cut out 11 centimeter deep, 3 inches wide, 4 inches long out of my left butt cheek. Took them 11 weeks to fully heal. So now you got a dimple on your butt. What you're saying? You got a dimply butt. It's all right. Dimples aren't nothing but a smiling butt. Dimples on your butt cheeks. All it is a smiling butt. Couldn't sit for weeks. I never thought about the pain thing. Damn, that's ow. Yeah, no, no, no. Stay away from my butt. Good morning, Sarah. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well. Yep, permanent dimple now. There you go. Well, there's nothing wrong with happy butt. Happy ass idea. There you go. Hey, Debbie. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well. What happened to my eye? Much like Odin, I gave it up for knowledge. And if you believe that, I have some lakefront or some oceanfront property in Colorado that I will be more than happy to sell you. Um, no, the cataracts have completely blinded my right eye, and here a few weeks ago, here a few months ago, I went to the hospital. I couldn't figure out why I was getting so lightheaded and dizzy and nauseous. So they started talking about a post concussion thing from when I fell during the winter up on the when they were working on the highway uptown. Then they started saying, it could have been mini strokes, um, things like that. Um, and this last time I went a few weeks ago, they put me on medication that made me even dizzier. And because they had given me medication for the dizziness and for the nausea that the dizziness was causing. And I noticed the medication was making me even dizzier. So I pulled the eye patch out and started wearing it, and it went away. So only when it's extremely bright out um, do I still get a little dizzy because it affects the cloudiness in this eye. Um, but days like today, it's wonderful. I don't have any issues at all. I can do anything I normally do. Um, but that's why I'm wearing the eye patch now to keep myself from looking like I'm always drunk and to make me stop feeling like I'm going to barf all over myself and anyone that gets near me. Um, and my doctor said my blood sugar was high. Quit pissing with your blood sugar, dude, before I have to come to Niles and stick my foot in your butt. I just was just talking. to Candace about that. Um, don't with your blood sugar. You guys are too important to let dumb shit take you out. Do not mess with the blood sugar. Eat right, take your medicine, do what you're supposed to do. If you're not on medicine, eat right. Have a salad once in a while. You don't got to have a whole bag of croutons on a salad. If you want to have a sandwich, make it a wrap. Average slice of bread has got 15 to 22 grams of carbs in it. Everything else that you put on a sandwich don't have carbs in it. So you figure you're going to eat 30 to 45, 46 grams of carbs. You have a sandwich, have a wrap. Have a wrap. Buy some tortillas, make it a wrap. If you get the right tortillas, they're only about 12 or 13 grams of carbs for a tortilla. So you can have two wraps and not come close to what you're going to consume having two sandwiches. And you could put anything on a wrap. Hell, we make Big Mac wraps here. Every once in a great blue moon, I'll just fry up some burgers, but I'll make them elongated. That way you can put a burger and lettuce and tomatoes and pickles and everything on a wrap. Wrap it up and eat it. Don't mess with your damn blood sugar. Do not make Papa come and kick you in the butt. Eye patch looks cool. You look like a badass. It's because I am. I'm finally living the life, or looking like the life that I live. Badass. No red meat. Red meat's fine. Well, for a normal diabetic, red meat's fine. Good morning, Drew. It's my first day of freedom from FedEx. Woohoo! About time, man. About time. You deserve it. You definitely deserve retirement, bud. You have worked your butt off making people happy. You deserve it. Condolences depending on JJ's plan for you. Hey, Danny, man. Hope you're doing well, bud. That's a wrap. Now you need a pirate hat. I've got a couple of them. I've got a couple of them. They upped my insulin 15 units of Novolog 3 times a day, 30 units of Lantus once a day, and my A1C is finally back down to 7 where it's supposed to be. Well, that's good. I couldn't do insulin. I respect anybody that has to do insulin. Every insulin they put me on just made me mean. It made me angry all the time. It made me feel wonky. And whenever somebody would say something off color to me, I just got crappified. Just straight up crappified at them. And I didn't like it. So, I decided I was going to change me so I didn't have to put all this weird crap in my body. Of course, I still had to take the pills and stuff like that, metformin and, weird shit. You know, they put me on stuff for my heart. They put me on stuff for my blood pressure. And then I go back to the doctor, and the doctor looks at me and says, "Why are you on this and this? There's nothing wrong with your heart. Your blood pressure's great. Why are you on this?" Preventative maintenance? No. Shit, I have far more issues with low blood sugar than high. Mine don't go low. Mine's actually down from where it used to be, because you guys know when I quit taking my insulin, if you remember, some of you may, some of you may not. You know, I my blood sugar was averaging 300 to 350, um, which is still high, but much like my endocrinologist told me, if you work good at 350, then you want to try to maintain that 350. You know, it's better than 860 where it was when you died. So if you operate good at 350, try to stay on that 350. And now I'm actually down below 300. So, you know, my salads, my wraps, my my sugar-free flavored water, they buy this stuff for $1. You know, a large bottle like this, and it's got no carbs, no sugar, um, and it's a hell of a lot better for you than soda is anyway. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to try to deceive y'all. I still have a soda once in a while. Sometimes a diet, sometimes unleaded or leaded, but not that often. 2, 3 times a month. I go through 2 or 3 of these a day. At least I'm not going to dehydrate. Low blood sugar aside, I have noticed no side effects from insulin. You're lucky. Like I said, I have full respect for anyone who deals with the insulin thing. It just I'm starting diet water. Got to be a money maker there somewhere, bud. Got to be a money maker there somewhere. Did you did you hear? I think it was it Grand Rapids? Grand Rapids, Michigan. It seems like has become the first city, I believe, in the eastern half of the U.S. to actually remove fluoride from their drinking water. For years they said fluoride wouldn't hurt you, but now they're tying um, fluoride, high levels of fluoride in drinking water, with child-born illnesses. So, yeah, I believe it was Grand Rapids. I read um, that they're saying they're going to become the first city east of the Mississippi to remove fluoride from drinking water. I still drink Pepsi every day. Man, I wish I could, dude. I love me a Pepsi. And if I get in the mood for a milkshake or a float or something like that, I love to throw me some vanilla ice cream into a cup, dump me some root beer or some Pepsi or something over the top of it, give it just a little bit of a stir, and sit there and sip on it for a couple hours. I'm starting that water. Now, to be fair, I only drink 4 6 ounces a day. Makes sense. But yeah, I left YouTube for a while, decided to create a new channel, focus on abstract art. So basically, Candy's world is dead, and now I'm going as my real name, Candace. Very cool. That's all right. I liked Candace a lot more anyway. Do you believe in the evil eye? I would have to say yes. Um, I do believe in the evil eye, um, which reminds me, um, Danny, at the show in June, where will there be a place on the stage or something where the speaker can premiere a video or something like that? I actually had to stop and get an emergency ice cream cone. Thursday, emergency ice cream cone. I like that. I like that. My blood sugar dropped to low 30s while I was driving to pick up the missus from work. The reason I asked Danny is I'm working on a new project for our investigations. Um, Something that I can submit to like the Travel Channel or Discovery Plus to try to get into the television thing, because I've been working on that for several months, and I finally found out that you can submit something as long as it's very catchy and very interesting. And I'm working on the advertisement slash beginning intro to this new project. And I would really like to premiere it at uh, Ghostorama for people to see. So um, you'll have a room with a monitor. Okay. Um, Good morning, Skipper. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good this morning, sir. Oh, it goes well. I'm alive and kicking, not having dizzy spells and tripping over stuff. And, you know, I look a little weird, but, hey, people in this little town have learned to accept it. Everybody else can too. Always carry some salt with you to raise your blood pressure. Hope everything's going well for you, Skipper. Oh, winter's just about over for us down this way. I don't know about y'all up there in Canada. The 51st state. Total idiocy. I still laugh about that with all my Canadian friends. Some of the some of the dumb crap that's being pulled. I just watched a news article the other day of a Canadian girl. who drove to Mexico to visit a friend of hers and made it all the way from Ontario down to Mexico, visited her friend for like a week, and didn't even get out of Texas before she got pulled over and detained for being a non-national, a non-citizen. So yes, then she wound up spending a week locked up before she was able to get back home. Some Canadian actress, um, I don't remember her name, but do the words "hell in a handbasket" mean anything to you? That's what I'm feeling right now. Is going to hell in a handbasket. No, I like weird. So do I. It's been a challenge health wise, but other than that, fine. We are into our second winter, even though it's spring. We had one heck of a snowfall this past week. You've been getting the snow, we've been getting the rain. That's like I was saying earlier. I've been attempting to work on a Viking house that can be loaded up onto a trailer and moved to an event. And I've got the Niles Ren Fair coming up here the 17th and 18th of May, about 6 weeks from now. And, you know, the historical accuracy of what I do reflects on me and my channel since I film out there and everything. Um, and I do carry a press pass um, because I'm considered press, being a social media creator and influencer. And yeah, I'm just trying to make my clothing, the Viking house, all of my accoutrements, everything look proper. And it's rained every bloody day. It has rained for, well, out like I said earlier, out of the last 2 weeks, we've had like 6, 7, 8 days of rain. Um, and when I was finally able to get my hands on a circular saw to, notch the cross poles and stuff like that, um, the bloody damn thing, it just rained and rained and rained and rained and rained. So yeah, I'm a little over the rain and rain and rain and rain. So yeah, and then today it's not supposed to rain. I looked, earlier at the forecast. Parents are coming for a visit. So I'm waiting on the phone to go off now so I know that they are okay, nothing yet. So they are getting, so I know they're getting close. So blood pressure ain't an issue. Blood sugar is. Um, so everybody that hangs out with you are part of your press gang. Um, no, I have a press pass. Me. The only thing it's good for is getting me into certain functions for free if I'm going to film. It's not like I get a paycheck off of it or something like that. Anything and everything I do, um, media wise, um, I do, I guess, out of the kindness of my heart because I don't make nothing for it. Sorry, Tony. Looks like you're stuck with taking insulin. Well, imagine being in a Viking longship on the North Sea. You get rain, everything else. Oh, yeah. I can't imagine what it was like Um, so, like I said, I mentioned it earlier. May is going to be like our Viking Heritage Month. We're going to talk about everything with the Vikings. We're going to talk about their heritage, their lives, their religion, their religious practices, their mythology, their weapons, their treasure hoards, everything. So, I've had a little bit of time to sit and look into the long ships, the Nar, and it's amazing that as low riding as those ships were, that there weren't more catastrophes crossing from Scandinavia across the North Sea to Vinland, Iceland, Greenland, um, North America. You don't hear very many stories about them not making it back. And it's really weird because those things didn't, I mean, they did not have a deep hull on them. And the sides of the ships didn't go up very far. So, you had your guys rowing, you had men manning the sail, and you apparently had dudes with buckets just going absolutely freaking insane, um, bilging the ship out so it didn't sink. They were considered some of the greatest sailors. Oh, definitely so. Definitely shows. When you think about those ships, they're the purpose of those ships before exploration out of that area westward. Um, be it Scotland, Ireland, Canada, Iceland, Greenland. Those ships were made for rivers, and that's how they made contacts on the Silk Highway and stuff like that, going clear into Asia, going clear down into Italy, down into the Mediterranean, stuff like that. And it amazes me that they were able to take that ship design with that shallow hull and low level, the curve on those ships, and not sink more of them coming across the stormy Atlantic and stuff like that. Um, Gotta go get my meds, then Ollie's for Ghostbuster wands. Have a good day, my friend. Take care of yourself. Much love. And we'll catch you later, Danny. You too, brother. You too. Take care of yourself. We'll catch up with you later. Sometime soon. Now, the amazing thing about Viking longships is that their basic design could be dated back to the third century. Oh yeah, oh yeah, and I've actually had a chance to watch some footage of the ships that were buried in Sweden, Denmark, places like that. And when they brought these ships out and put them in museums after they have treated the wood, and basically you recondition the ship and put it on display, and you sit and you look at these things, and it's amazing, um, that they could have made it across the ocean. It's absolutely amazing, and the design of the ships between the smaller vessels for only 16, 18, 20 people to the huge NARS, 50 people or more. The design really wasn't that different. It was just the